Hello, and welcome to Cindy's Corner. Boy, do we have a fun book today. And if you've got it, go get it so that you can follow along. And boys and girls, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and subscribe button. Teachers, colleagues, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss Storytime with Cindy. All right, our book today is Henry and Mudge. Take the big test. Yeah, have you ever taken a big test? Yeah, so we got a big test coming up, and this is Henry and Mudge. All right, go get it so that you can follow along. My AR testers, this is a level 2-4. Henry and Mudge Take the Big Test is our title page, and its author is Cynthia Rylant, and the pictures are by Susie Stevenson. This is a short chapter book, but it's you'll get it. All right, chapter 1 is the smart dog, and then school, and then the big test. Chapter 1, The Smart Dog. On a sunny day, Henry and Henry's mother and Henry's dog, big dog, Mudge, were sitting on their front porch. A man with a collie walked by. There's the collie. Suddenly, the man stopped. "Sit," said the man. The collie sat. "Down," said the man. The collie lay down. Henry looked at Mudge. Mudge looked at Henry. They both looked at the collie. "Stay," said the man. Then he walked a long way down the street. He didn't look back. The collie stayed. The man turned down another street and disappeared. The collie stayed. After a while, the man came back. "Susie, Hill," he said to the collie, and they walked down the street together. Henry looked at his mother. "Wow," he said. "Smart dog," she said. Henry looked at Mudge. "Mudge, Hill," said Henry, and he walked down the steps. Mudge rolled over and started to drool. "Well, at least he's good at staying," Henry said. "Except when company comes," said Henry's mother. "Right," Henry frowned. "And when the car next door wants to visit," said Henry's mother. "Right." Henry frowned some more. "And when your dad is mowing the grass," said Henry's mother. "Right." Henry frowned even more. See it coming, don't you? "Maybe Mudge needs to go to school," Henry said to his mother. "Maybe." "Maybe Mudge needs a nice teacher, like Mrs. Crocus," Henry said. Mrs. Crocus was Henry's second grade teacher. "Maybe," Henry's mother smiled. "Mudge," said Henry, "do you want to go to school?" Mudge snored and drooled. "I hope dog school has nap time," said Henry. "And lots of paper towels," said Henry's mother, looking at her porch. See, I've got his drool. Chapter 2, School. Henry went shopping for Mudge's first day of school. Got to have a dog leash and a collar. He's got rugs, brushes. He's in a pet store, isn't he? He bought Mudge a new red leash. He bought Mudge a new silver collar. He bought Mudge a box of liver treats. And Henry bought himself a paddle ball because he was nervous. Henry liked to play paddle ball when he was nervous. And he was nervous because he thought Mudge might flunk dog school. He thought Mudge might drool on the teacher's foot or sit on a poodle by mistake, or not even stay awake long enough to do anything. Henry paddled like crazy. When the first day of school arrived, Henry and Henry's mother and Henry's big dog, Mudge, drove to a long white building. Its sign read, Pap's Dog School. Inside was Jack Pap with a handful of dog treats. Mr. Pap is your teacher, Henry told Mudge. Mudge wagged. He jumped up to lick Jack Pap's face. No, Mudge, said Henry. It's too late, wasn't it? Too late. Don't worry, said Jack Pap. I know what to do. He held Mudge's front paws. He wouldn't let go. He danced Mudge up. He danced Mudge back. He danced Mudge all around. So he's dancing with him. Look at him. Mudge didn't like dancing. When Jack Pap finally let go, Mudge didn't jump up again. He was afraid of Jack might want to dance. Pretty good teacher, Henry said to his mother. Pretty good, she said. They watched Jack Pap give Mudge a dog treat and a hug. So far, dog school was fun. The big test. Mudge was not a perfect student. He liked to lie down too much. He liked to sniff the other students. He liked to think about other things. Kind of like us, isn't it? But he always showed up, and he always wagged his tail, and he always gave his teacher a kiss. At home, Henry practiced with Mudge. They practiced in the backyard. Henry had one pocket full of liver treats. When Mudge did something right, he got a treat. When Mudge did something wrong, he got, oh, Mudge. After a few, after a few weeks, Henry needed 2 pockets full of liver treats because Mudge was getting almost everything right. He sat when he heard sit. He walked when he heard heel. And he stayed when he heard stay. Most of the time anyway. He still didn't do too well when the cat next door came to visit. Henry and Mudge went to dog class for 8 weeks. They worked very hard. They went through many boxes of liver treats. Does your teacher give you treats? Mm-hmm. The last day of class was the big test. Henry and Henry's parents and Henry's big dog Mudge arrived early. Jack Pap would decide which dogs passed the test. He said that Mudge would go after the beagle and before the chow chow. Good dog, Mudge, whispered Henry. We can do it. When it was their turn, Jack Pap said to Mudge, Okay, Mudge, let's see what you can do. Jack Pap gave Henry a big smile. Sit, said Henry. Mudge sat. Down, said Henry. Mudge lay down. Stay, said Henry. Mudge stayed. Henry walked away. He didn't look back. He walked around the long white building, wishing he had his paddle ball. He sure hoped Mudge would stay. There he is. He's walked around. Mudge did stay. When Henry came back, he saw Mudge lying in the same place, wagging his tail. He gave Mudge a big hug and a kiss and 2 liver treats. Henry shook Jack Pap's hand. Mudge shook Jack Pap's hand. Mudge had passed the test. He got a fancy certificate. He got a gold ribbon and got a giant dog biscuit. Henry's father and Henry's mother clapped and clapped. Wow, said Henry's father. Smart dog, said Henry's mother. Great dog, said Henry. Mudge wagged at them and barked and drooled one last time on his teacher's foot. Now, have you ever had a hard test, but you had studied and worked really hard and you passed it? Yeah. Have you taken your dog to dog school? Tell me about those in the comment sections and tell me where you're from. And if you have taken any kind of animal to pet school, have you ever had an animal to go to pet school? How did they do? Did they pass? Did you give them a thumbs up, or are they not a very good learner? Sometimes we're just not ready. But he was ready, wasn't he? And I know you're ready too for your big test. So go ahead, do your best. You got this. And don't forget to tell me on Cindy's Corner in the comments where you're from and what kind of test you passed. Have a great day. And remember, give somebody a hug and tell them you love them.